Welcome back, everybody. We are back on the heads again today. Hopefully this is going to be the last day I have to mess with these things. And today what we're going to do is we're going to clean up how granular the inside of all this is. Yeah, the suggestion says if you want to get rid of all the carbon that was in there when I cleaned these, and they were a pain to clean because this is just black, totally black. Polish them up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to polish them up. We're going to take this edge off right here a little bit so it's not so drastic. Just rounding it off a little bit and polishing them up. Also, I'm going to take down that lip I mentioned in my other video. See if you can see that, if it'll focus. Just the lip on the edge. I'm going to take that off. That extra material at the top of the spark plug hole there, that's going away. I don't want to mess with the compression ratio too much on these, so I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not taking off too much material. This thing's already got copper head gaskets and a set of shims in it, so I got a little room to play, but I'm not going to go crazy. So I'm going to make these look like these. Cleaned up. That's cleaned. These are all polished, and I'm not getting too crazy or I'm getting into where I might hit the valve seats. And when we're done, we'll lap the valves for this one. So let's get to it. I'm going to set up the camera and we'll go from there. The reason I'm doing this is just for airflow. This is like sandpaper. This needs to be polished up. This edge needs to be taken off so the airflow goes through the valve better and gets out better. So faster air in, faster air out. I had to fire this puppy up. I haven't used this thing in forever. It doesn't sound the greatest and it gets pretty hot, but we're gonna grind away, get this cleaned up. And then we are going to use this to polish up the marks because this is a little rough. We'll use this to kind of polish it up, and then good old trusty red Scotch-Brite makes it look real nice. And let's get to it. Low speed, and we got it on like 3. Don't want to dig into this. And again, I'm not going crazy. I'm not taking a ton of material off. So here's what I'm trying to do. Just getting rid of all these bumps and smoothing it out the best I can. Trying to get at least 80-90% of those gone. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take that off of there. That's bad. I already broke a little tiny piece off with a tiny screwdriver, but putting absolutely zero pressure on it. So let's do that next. Then we'll get back into polishing these things up. I did it before with this little grinding stone and it seemed to work well. This one I might have to take more drastic measures. This is pretty thick over here. We'll see. It's working. This little stone came in handy. I have no idea where I got this thing, but it's getting a lot of use lately. Biggest thing while doing this is stay away from these. You do not want to scratch that. Just while I got this thing apart, I know how to do it. I've done this kind of stuff before on a LT1 engine, So I have a little bit of experience doing this. I had to get used to how soft the aluminum was, but I did a pretty good job, so I'm going to try it here on these. Closer. Not all the way done, but it's definitely, that little stone's definitely taking that burr off the end of the spark plug hole. Patience, time consuming, words that I've been pondering while doing this. Also, why am I risking this? Do I really need to do it? Probably not, but I just want to do it right. Alright, that lip right there. Alright. No more flaky aluminum pieces hanging off the end of the spark plug hole. I'm happy with that. Let's get back to this. Trying to take a little bit of that's them spots out of there. Like I said, I'm not going to get close to them valves. I'm staying up here. All this stuff in this really tight corners here, I might barely graze it, but I'm not taking the chance, because if this jumps and goes in there, guess what? You just watched how to ruin your heads. And I would put valves in there, but I don't want to risk the only valves I got. So I don't have junk valves laying around to do so. I know you're probably screaming at the TV, but trust me, I considered that, but I'm working with what I got. Come on, little buddy. Uh-oh. There we go. Take this hot spot off of here a little bit. Also got to be careful not to hit the tool up on here, which I'll probably do, but see that? Hear that? This thing does not sound good. It sounds like it's got junk moving around inside of it. Very light pressure. Getting dirty. Plus this is getting hot. Let's let this thing cool off a little bit. Starting to touch that a little bit, so I'm done. Done. Because the seat's right here. Not messing with it no more. Not taking the chance. This is another thing. There's a couple gouges. There's the same thing in the other head. A couple gouges in there. Try and polish them out a little bit. Probably not going to get all of it again, like I said, but we'll do the best we can. I think I'm might just try this on here and see if that does the same thing as the Dremel. Yeah, I think I like the other two better. I can see what I'm doing. Still a little warm. I don't know if you can see that. That's the worst spot. Just horrible casting right there. It just feels really bad. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Come on, tool. Look at that. That thing, it's just mangled right there. Go a little further, but I really don't want to take off a ton of material. Man, that thing's getting hot. Not good, buddy. Putting the t-shirt over the face again. Little dust particles, not good to breathe in. Looks like that brake is stuck on there. Yeah, that might be the problem. Man, that thing's getting really hot. That's unfortunate. Rest in peace, Dremel. Okay. Alright, so I got all the major stuff, all the big flat areas that I can get. And this is where I'm at so far. Radius this a little bit. This is all smoothed out. No more horrible chunks like in there. I'm going to have to get that with the Dremel. Hopefully the Dremel lasts. So I can get that out of there. That is so chunky. And that is so smooth. Smooth. Chunky. Moving on. Man, this thing sounds so bad. Okay, thank you, Dremel. You lasted. Little red Scotch Brite. You know what? I think I'm going to try and get that a little bit more. Okay. Frankly, I'm chicken to go anymore because if I haven't hit anything yet. So I'm going to take a step back and chill. I don't think my other ones even look good, this good. I don't know if those are like detonation marks or just casting pits or... You'd be amazed at how good this thing does. You can see it's taking a little material off, plus probably some of the shavings in there, but it definitely cleans it up. A fresh one does. So what I'm going to have to do when I'm done with these, I'm going to have to CC every chamber. Make sure they match. If anything is far off, I'm going to have to take the one that's, the biggest chamber and match them. So if this one's a little bit bigger than this one, because I took a little more material off of here, I'm going to have to take a little bit more off somewhere here to match this one and make them all the same. Not a big deal. Me no scared. Okay, take a little 1000 grit, wet. A little bit of soapy water. I'm going to clean this up too. Try and get some of these milling marks. Hopefully a little bit of this pitting out of here. I think this stuff is rated at like 400 or 600, depending on how hard you push on it. So I'm gonna go to that, to 1000. You can tell it's definitely working. See all that gray water? That's aluminum. Cleaning it up. Just like wet sanding your clear coat. The clear coat comes off white. This aluminum is coming off gray. Alright, touch-up time. I found a little spot. One is not like the other. I hope you can see that. So I'm going to fix that. You can literally start to feel when it gets smooth. Like I'll be doing it here and I can feel those little grooves. I don't know if you can see them. And then once it gets smoother, it takes the edge off of it. This sandpaper just starts sliding so much better. Hit these with a little brake cleaner. Okay. Satisfaction. Way better. Shiny, smooth. Air in. Let's lap these valves. So you can see, can you see that? Yeah. See the little ring? How it's black? That's your seat sitting in here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of this stuff right here. Gently spread that out. You don't want to get this crap all over the place. Drop her in. Come on. Oh. That's working. Push this puppy on here. Hear the sound difference? It's basically done. I'm going to give it a couple more shots, but let's hope that this turned out good, because all the other ones came out perfect on the other head. Well, you can see live. See that gray line? Now the black line's gone. Now there's a gray line all the way around. It looks good. Let's check this side. She looks nice. Can you see that? Bumping the camera. See how it's gray right here? And it's all the way around. It looks very nice. Again, satisfaction. I'm not going to bore you with doing all the rest of these. Just figured I'd jam out one of them. So after I lap the rest of these valves, I'm going to do a final cleaning on everything, including all this stuff, the springs and everything that I got sitting over here. Clean it all up and start putting stuff back together. I can't wait. I'm so done with these heads. I've got probably 30 hours into these heads. But I didn't mess nothing up. I'm super happy with that. I'm satisfied. This thing's going to run so much better. Like I said, I'm not going to get every little tiny thing out of here. I mean, I got 90% of it, probably 95% of it all done. Just in here, you know, I'm not going that far. This is not a race car, but this is way better than before. Next video, what we're probably going to do is either some more case work, work on the case, get that prepped and ready to be cleaned and then reassembled. And then after that, hopefully we can start putting some of these new parts on this thing. It's been a long couple weeks. I'm done. I need some rest. It's time for a beer. All right, everybody. Have a great day.